Hello, I'm Rashi Goyal and I'm pursuing BLLB from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. And currently, I'm a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So in today's video, I'll be talking about e-contracts and its validity. So what is e-contract? Electronic contracts are the contracts which takes place through e-commerce without meeting of the parties to the contract. These contracts are generally similar to the paper-based commercial contracts in which commercial transactions are conducted and concluded electronically. With the advancement of the technology and the globalization, it has accelerated the presence of e-commerce companies throughout the world. And further we'll discuss the types of e-contracts. So basically there are three types of e-contracts: click wrap, browse wrap and shrink wrap contract. So in click wrap contract, the contracting parties usually affirm its acceptance by clicking on the I accept tab with the scroll box that allows the contracting parties to view the terms and conditions. Next is browse wrap contracts. Usually, using such browsers or mere use of sites enables the terms binding on the contracting parties. And the last type is shrink wrap contract. The terms and conditions can be read by contracting parties only after opening the box within which the product or commonly a license is packed. So these types of contracts are mostly used and relevant in e-commerce industry. Now further the question arises how e-contracts can be entered into. So e-contracts can be entered into through modes of communication such as emails, internet and fax. The only essential requirement to validate an e-contract is compliance with the necessary prerequisites which are provided under the Indian Contract Act 1872, which are: first is offer and unconditional acceptance, which may be made only online or email communication. Second is lawful purpose and consideration. A contract is enforceable by law only when it is made for the lawful purpose and for some consideration. It must not defeat any provisions of law and must not be fraudulent in nature. And third is the capacity of the parties and free consent. Parties to a contract are capable of entering into a contract if they satisfy the requirements of Section 11 and Section 12 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, which talks about the capacity to contract, and the consent of the parties must be free as per Section 13 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. The simplicity of the execution of an e-contract being confounding, many sometimes wonder about its validity, especially when it's compared to the traditional written contract. The simple truth lies in the fact that the Indian Contract Act 1872 has not only specifically laid out any specific way of communicating an offer and what constitutes its acceptance. The same can be achieved verbally, in writing, or even through conduct. This shows that even in its simplicity, an e-contract is as valid as a traditional written contract. The only condition or requirement that an e-contract should possess are all the essentials of the valid contract, unless an inference can be drawn from the facts that the parties intended to be bound only when a formal agreement has been executed. The validity of the agreement would not be affected by its lack of formality. Hence, if the parties are at the consensus ad idem, which means meeting of the minds of the parties, then the formal execution of the contract is secondary. Therefore, once the offer is accepted through mode of communications such as email, internet and fax, then the valid contract is formed unless otherwise specifically provided by the law in force in India, such as Registration Act 1908, the various Stamp Acts, etc. Now lastly, let's talk about the validity of e-contract. The court in India recognized electronic documents under Section 65A of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. For furnishing electronic documents as evidence is provided under Section 65B of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. As per Section 67B of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, any information contained in electronic record can be produced by a computer in printed, stored, or copied form and shall be deemed to be a document, and it can be admissible as evidence in any proceeding without further proof of originality. But admissibility of the same subject to the various conditions are prescribed under Section 67B of the said Act. It is required that the document or email sought to be produced from a computer that was in a regular use by a person having lawful control over the system at the time of producing it. Second, the document or the email was stored or received during the ordinary course of activities. Third, the information was fed into the system on regular basis. And fourth is the output computer was in proper operating condition and has not affected the accuracy of the data which is entered. So it can be concluded that where various steps of contract have been affected through electronic means, the parties are to consensus ad idem, and such an agreement fulfills all the essentials of the valid contract under the Indian Contract Act 1872. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you like it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to let me know your feedback in the comment section. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.